year.
Yeah.
He
Can't
just
stay healthy.
hasn't.
Pittsburgh and Cincinnati, listen, they always play a good game.
It's a rivalry. Remember the cheap shots with Vontaze Burfict and all that stuff on Antonio Brown, and then Houston got Burfict back the next year. They do a lot of cheap shots. These two teams really play nasty. This whole division is nasty. It's kind of fun to watch, actually.
Right.
Cincinnati on paper is better. The Steelers actually put up a great performance, but say it like this: the Chargers are the worst home team in the NFL. They don't have a home field.
Right.
Whoever they're playing has all the fans. They have no fan base in LA. They're a San Diego team. I don't get the move, but, you know.
Well, what's going to happen when Jacksonville plays in San Diego?
It's right down the road. I would think both offenses will be pretty effective, though, this week.
Right.
Play your offensive guys. Chargers, the aforementioned Chargers on the road.
Yep.
We'll go to Denver.
So they'll have more fans in Denver than they do at home.
They'll play better. Denver's an enigma.
Mm-hmm.
They play really good, then really bad. It's like, they dominate the Cowboys, dominated them.
Right.
And then they lay an egg the following week. I mean, it's just it's an odd team to watch. I would have to say that that neither defense. I don't think neither defense will stop the other offense. I think there'll be a lot of points in this game as well.
Well,
your Timmy Patricks, your Cortland Suttons, these are the guys you're looking at.
Dallas and Vegas, it's going to be tough. CD Lamb probably not going to be back from concussion protocol, and Amari Cooper looks like he ain't playing. He's COVID.
Yeah, no, pretty much he won't play either, right? So you're going to see a lot of Wilson, and you're going to see a lot of Gallup. And the thing is that the Raiders still can't cover these guys.
Yeah, but you know what? They didn't play well last week, so maybe Dallas has a continuing issue. But we'll see. I think.
Well,
Dallas
the thing is, the Chiefs' defense is. Remember, we talked about early in the year. I said Spagnuolo's defenses start slow.
Right.
Now they look really freaking good. Now they beat the Packers without Rodgers, right? Held them to 7. It was only because Sorensen couldn't stop a 4th down play. He just fell down basically. Right. They would have shut him out in that week. What they did last week against Dallas was very impressive, to be perfectly honest with you. The defense is, and what they did against the Raiders was very impressive. They're really showing that they can, that their defense is, they're going to make a run because of their defense, which is pretty interesting. We'll see what happens. But yeah, with all the Cowboy injuries at wide receiver, it's going to be. Here's an interesting one. San Francisco now a 3.5-point favorite against Minnesota. Minnesota beats Green Bay. But San Francisco goes out and they get a big win too last week, right? So everybody thought San Francisco was done. Now they're 500 and they're knocking on that door for the 7th playoff spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But Minnesota's a much more talented team.
Minnesota has a ton of talent, but then you watch them sometimes and they lay an egg. But Jefferson and Thielen is as good a wide receiver tandem as you'll see. Dalvin Cook's a stud. Even the kid at tight end isn't bad.
And Kirk Cousins is really a good year. He's only
he's
thrown like 4 interceptions.
Except for the games he was really bad in a couple, but for the most part he's been good. I mean, you got San Francisco is playing better. Garoppolo had a monster game last week. I get it, but I think that the spread's a little high. Green Bay and the Rams probably the game of the weekend. Pick 'em game basically up in Green Bay. Rams coming off the bye. They looked awful right before the bye.
And Green Bay coming off a heartbreaking loss.
It was funny. I'm watching Red Zone, because the Jet game was basically over. And they have a pick. They show a pick of Minnesota with the 2-minute warning. Then they go back to the game and Minnesota had the ball. Apparently there was an offside, but they didn't explain it to me. I'm like, oh, Green Bay has the ball. No, no, Minnesota has the ball. So the Vikings won. Sunday night is Baltimore, Cleveland to again that division, the arch rival, stuff like that. Cleveland's an enigma, but every time you count them out, all of a sudden Nick Chubb runs for 180 yards. Yep. I don't think Baltimore is a great defensive team. Without Lamar Jackson, they're not that good. You would expect he's going to play this week, from what I'm hearing. You would think that Baltimore would be the superior team on paper, but I wouldn't be surprised if Cleveland kept this one close either.
And then your Monday night game, Seattle against Washington. Washington is really hitting their stride, but they lost 2 of their top defensive linemen.
Exactly. Well, listen, Chase Young was like supposed to be the up and coming stud, and losing him really hurt. The thing about Seattle is they really just don't play very good defense, and their offense has looked awful since Wilson's been back. So it's a little bit weird. The game's in Washington. Washington is playoff team last year. They beat the crap out of Tampa 2 weeks ago. They won again this week in Carolina. Not that Carolina is great, but they kind of held McCaffrey in check in the second half. Washington and Philly are two teams that are really rising in that division, and they're going to make Dallas have to earn it. I think Washington could win this game on Monday night.
Yeah, I agree.
They're actually the favorite, so a lot of people are going to say they should win the game on Monday night, but that's where we sit. There's still 2 more weeks of bye, so we've never had a Thanksgiving bye week, but we have 2 teams off this week and then 4 teams off next week, and then the byes are over. Right. The fantasy season is probably going to run through week 14. Usually ends week 13. It's going to end week 14 this year with your playoffs 15, 16, and 17. Look at your matchups now. Know who you have to get.
I think in our league, 15 is the playoffs.
Yep, week 14 ends the season.
Because I was looking ahead. I'm like, oh crap, because I got a lot of guys on the bye in week 14. I was like, that's going to kill me.
Yeah, we start week 15. We start week 15 with the playoffs.
I mean, I don't know if I'm going to be there. Right now, I'm in 6th place.
Well, you have the final spot. Yeah, I'm in 3rd. Right now, we play each other in the first round of the playoffs.
And I beat your ass last time we played. So
you beat the crap out of me. I don't just lose. I lose big when I lose.
Good for you. Congratulations.
I'm really proud of myself. 7-4, and what are you, 6-5?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're one game apart.
Real close league. I mean,
the guy with the most points is in 7th. That's Winfield. He's got the most points in the league. He's below 500. Every week he goes up against someone that puts up a monster week. It's funny to watch.
Yeah, I beat him last week.
Yeah, I know. And he didn't have a horrible week. He scored like 130s. You just had a really good week.
Take away Taylor, and I probably lost.
And he wins by a little bit. I got blown out by the last place team. The 12 beat the 1 last week.
Congratulations!
I scored 83 points. Mahomes gave me nothing. Cooper Kupp was out. Diggs was the only guy that performed.
Remember the guy who says, "Yeah, I took Mahomes as the first pick because he's going to put up big numbers every week." Yeah, we know.
And all of a sudden, he can't do it. It's killing me. But I got Kupp in the 3rd round, and everybody's jealous of that.
Yeah, we are. So what are you doing tomorrow for Thanksgiving? It's Wednesday.
Family going to my sister's house in the greater Hop Hog area. How about yourself?
You know what? I get to work now because somebody decided to be an asshat. So I have
a douche, as we like to say in my neighborhood.
Yes. Let's put it this way. I'll be enjoying the delicious culinary skills of the folks at Chipotle in Jamaica.
Rooting for you. It's going to be a great time. Good time had by most.
Can't wait. It's going to be fantastic. But anyway, you know what? At the end of the day, lots of stuff to be thankful for. So
as do I. Listen, one thing I do enjoy, I love getting together with you every week and doing the show. It's always fun when we get a chance to get together. And I know it's not always about all football, but it's really more of a sports show where we talk about the slate.
Listen, I don't know if anybody else thought so, but I think it's the best show we've done all year.
Well, we got a lot in. I mean, we're better when we talk potpourri of sports than this.
Potpourri. We need to change this to the potpourri fantasy, guys.
Absolutely. As if we weren't, soft enough. I was going to use a different word. I figured let me pull that back.
Yeah, I feel like a bounce fabric softener. And the best part is, if you add a toilet paper, you can use that, and your ass will smell like roses.
It doesn't get any sweeter than that.
It really does.
But like you were saying, very thankful for all family and friends, and you obviously, and I wish nothing but best for you and your family. A happy Thanksgiving, and we'll try this again next week.
My family's super excited because I won't be there. I can hear the applause and the rejoicing already.
Absolutely. They're starting to sing songs and come up with native dances. It's great.
Now I got to call my mom and let her know. So when you hear that scream, you know what happened.
Absolutely. I am sorry for you for that.
Yeah, stuff happens. So anyway, sir, without any further ado, we're done.
Good night, Irene.
Good night, Irene.
That comes
later. Yeah.